Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday night's messages of love from above. And super excited, as always, to see what messages come in from Spirit for us today. But before we get into that, I do want to send love out to the world. If you'd like to join me in doing that, I'm more than welcome it. Whether you're watching this live or even on replay, we can all join together outside of space and time and just send this beautiful love out to the world. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. And let that love just fill our hearts and overflow out to the world, surrounding the globe in just a beautiful bubble of love, filling every nook and cranny, that any heart that is ready for higher love vibration to bring us closer and closer and closer to a planet full of that high vibration love. We send that now. And if you yourself are in need of love in this moment for your heart, for your mind, your body, for a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send this love to you as well. Just take it in like a giant hug, a group hug from your spiritual posse. They're always giving you love, and you are never, ever, ever alone. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space for that. And before we get into the readings, I always like to make sure I let everyone know that I have a weekly giveaway where I give away at least a personal recorded reading. Every Tuesday, I put out a video letting everyone know what I'm going to be giving away the following Monday. Here's the video link for next week's. And I decided I've been giving away a 1 hour personal recorded reading, but I was just really wanted to give more. I know. So I'm giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings. And honestly, I usually go beyond 30 minutes because when spirit starts to talk, I answer all the questions and all of that. There's also monthly giveaway news in that video, which has to do with my monthly readings that I put out for each individual zodiac sign. This is the playlist for that. And that basically um, is just a monthly reading for every zodiac sign, and so you can watch the video to see how to get into that if you're interested in getting into some more giveaways. Also, each week I have at least one pick a card. The pick a card I put out this week has to do with the Aries new moon solar eclipse that is happening. Some great eclipse energy, and then also Sun in Taurus now, so we enter Taurus season. So happy birthday to all you Taurians. Very happy birthday to you. And also, we're entering full blown Mercury retrograde, which we experienced already a couple times with equipment failures. I had a wonderful experience with my host today when we went out of town to go to a hospital about an hour away for a test that they didn't have openings down here where we live. So we went up into the mountains and we got there to find out that someone had scheduled the wrong test. So, obstacles communication is some things that come in during Mercury retrograde. So it wasn't the right test. So we came back down the mountain, which was nice. We had a nice drive, a nice road trip. So that's what we do, right? We choose how things are going to impact us. But anyway, so enjoy this. We can just keep a positive attitude through it all. And those are the main ones I think I wanted to talk about there. And so I'm just going to get my desktop all set up here, and we will get into the readings. I hope everyone is having an amazing day today. And almost done here. I can almost do two things at once these days, but we'll see here. There we go. So, how if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, first of all, welcome and thank you for joining. And and all my regulars coming in here, I do appreciate you guys so much. I feel like we have a soul family. So thank you guys for being here and all the love and support. For those of you that are new to this, how I handle the free readings is I do go down in order in the chat, first come, first serve. And so you can just put your question in the chat. There's no special list. The chat is the list. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you are wanting answers on, and then they will answer that way. If anyone makes a donation, I do step outside of the free readings to honor that energy exchange. So I prioritize those and I go a little deeper into those as well. And then I return to the free readings and continue down the list. Excuse me, there's no set amount for donations because I know money, it varies from country to country, person to person, even in our daily life from day to day, right? So, donation amount is whatever you feel you're able to give at the moment. And you can do that by the super chat at the bottom of the chat room. Or if you want to donate by Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Square, I also have links in the pinned comment at the top and in the description box of the video down below. All right. I think that's it. Blah, blah, blah. All done. So I'm going to continue to use this beautiful deck here, which is the Mystical Moments Tarot. Beautiful deck. And so we'll start there. No donation. So we'll start at the very top, which we have with Dijona Sturgis. So, hey, Dijona, and you want to know what does Spirit want you to know right now? Whatever they would like to tell you. So let me just refresh those, and here we go. So for Dijona, what would you like them to know right now, please? All right. Okay. Well. So you've got both the Lovers card coming in here, and the Strength card. And I feel like for this time in your life, what Spirit is really like nudging is this relationship. I mean, this is your higher self with your human self. And the Lovers card can also indicate, it's can be romantic in the outside world or any like close friendships, even family and friends, not necessarily romantic. But with these coming out next to each other, this really is an invitation for this deep relationship with your higher self, which connects you to the spirit world. So I really like this for you. Right now, there's like this draw that they would like you to just spend some quality time getting to know your higher self, getting to know your spirit guides and your angels and your guardian angels and your ancestors. You can communicate with your loved ones that have gone to the other side. Just feel like this is a pivotal time in your life because you got two major arcana. I feel like whatever is unfolding, whatever is happening or has just happened or about to happen, whatever it is, there's a significant alteration in your life that they're just like, come spend some time with us, just connect with us. And I really like that for you. So that is what is coming through right now. And I really like that. I mean, when we get an invitation from spirit to say, hey, we'd like some alone time, you know, I really highly encourage to do that. Because one, it means we're about to go through something and they just want to be our support and want us to be this close. It's like, hold on to my hand. And you're like, why? Just hold on to my hand. You're like, okay, here we go. And then here comes this big wave, and they're like, oh, okay. I stayed still because of it. So I like it. But that's what they have for you, Dijona. So many blessings to you. You are very welcome. All right. So always victory. You are up next. Hello, hello. You are very welcome. I am so happy to be able to bring through messages from Spirit, and because we all can use as much of that wisdom as we can, right? So, you want to know what month this summer will you move? So, I'm going to try something new that I just recently came into some of my personal readings that I've done, where someone is asking for a lot of dates and times and stuff, and Spirit was like, "Well, grab your number deck, the standard, playing card deck." And they're like, "Use this. We can use this." And I'm like, "Are you sure? Really? Wow." So, I liked what came out, and so we're gonna take a look here and see what month this summer will you move. So let's take a look and see what comes through here. When will you move? All right. Let's see what came in here. Well, you got the King of Clubs, and so the King of Clubs for me is about it reminds me of the Emperor energy. And so I feel like that is with you. Wow, you got the King and the Queen, which for me is both mind and heart. Um, Come in here, and I like that message because it's like there's a range. It feels like that it's not a set month, but that it has to do with the energies that you have coming through. Like, what do you focus on? Oh my gosh. So, it's like these energies, whatever you focus on grows and expands. And so, like, there's a range. And I mean, and you got two threes coming in here too. So it's like over 3 months. It can be over 3 months. And I'm like, and it was the three of clubs too. And I'm like, okay, so it can be any of the 3 months of summer. It's like, great. So any of the three, it can be as early as, what is it, March? Is it so spring goes March 20th to June 20th, right? And then summer's June 20th to September 20th ish, right? The summer equinox to the fall equinox. So it can be any of the 3 months. And it is the range. They're saying it can be as soon as the summer equinox, or it can be as late as the day before the fall equinox. Sorry. Well, yeah, so they're not giving me any others. So they're like, it's all up to you. There's not a fated time. It has to do with your energy and where you invest in it, is what is coming through. So I know I thought, oh my gosh, because some of the readings I've given have given me like actual days, like 5/1, like May 1st, and 5/13. But these are all no. Why do your guides like to do that to you? Let me just pull two cards here. Yeah. Again, we've got the Emperor, which is the Emperor I was telling you about. It reminded me of the Emperor energy that you get to choose. You have a lot of that in there. And here's the balance of heart and mind. So exactly as I was talking about. So yeah, I tried always victory. Like, you basically give me the same message in tarot as the cards, but I like that it's in within your power. So if you focus on gratitude, and if you focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, and bring that in, and not focus on fears or what you're missing or what's in your life that you don't want, that's what brings it in faster. The higher vibration you go, the faster things come. So that would be like, the summer equinox, right? But if you just go as it goes, then it would be more towards the fall equinox. So that's what they have always, victory. I tried. You saw it. I tried. But many blessings for you, and hang in there. All right, LA. Hello, hello. Thank you for your prayers this morning too. And yeah, things are going well. You just enjoy the moments. And so, LA, you're asking, if you go to discovery for your case against Peter and Mackenzie, will that end up being a detriment to your case in the end? Will they be successful in tripping you up and misconstruing your words? Okay. So is it for your highest experience to go to discovery? Okay. Let me see what we got here. Okay, they didn't want those two. They just wanted that top one. Anything else for this one, please? Excuse me. So, the Queen of Pentacles is abundance and new birth and Mother Nature and nurturing yourself too. It is a card of abundance. The Five of Swords does show conflict of communication. And so, there will be conflict, of course. That's what will happen, right? They will attempt all that. But really, if you just stay with yourself and not try to prove anything, right? And you just honor your words, not, say what you're saying, and if they misconstrue it, you can correct it. I just feel like, there will be conflict, and expecting it is, fine, that they would try to do that. And that's what they do. I mean, that's what, we've watched enough, TV with everything. And it is, the lawyers represent the people, and they will say things and do things and go, well, this is what you mean by that. And you're just like, no, and they'll try to fluster you. But if you don't allow yourself to be flustered, the, Queen of Pentacles too is ground yourself and realize that it's not personal, that they're not attacking you, that they're just trying to win for their client like anyone else, tries to do. And that you can just be like, I understand, and if you can do breathing exercises and just and not attack and jump over, the table or whatever at them, things will be fine because that Queen of Pentacles shows in the end you have the abundance, in that you shine in that, but definitely uh you just be when you're not in fear and not in fight or flight mode, then you can think clearly, you speak clearly. So meditation, breathing exercises, whatever you can do to stay calm when you go, in, then you can speak clearly, and they won't be able to, trick you and do that. But if you expect it and you're like, yeah, that's what little kids do. They try to catch you and misconstrue words, and you're like, "No, no, that's not what I meant," So I like it for you. So, nothing to be afraid of is what I see. So I like that for you, LA. Many blessings. Hang in there. All right. So next up, we have Daisy. Hey, Daisy. Congratulations. Got an A on your bio finals. So, high five to you. You still have 3 more exams left. So, love and light to you. And you want to know just what the spirit wants you to know right now. I like it. See what else. Yeah, I like this. With this beautiful freedom coming in here, we've got the 8 of wands here, which is about just energy, 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 movement, movement, movement. And I feel like with the combination of these two, I like the 8 of wands to make it look like this, where it looks like satellite dishes, where you are really tuning in from spirit right now. And they're really speaking to you with this Ace of Cups, which is this beautiful, beautiful love from inside. And I feel like spirit just wants you to know right now that they are aware of you, that they are speaking to you. They have a lot of information, a lot of messages that are going on around you. So if you've been seeing synchronicities and ideas just pop into your head out of nowhere and answers to tests, they're helping you cheat. Oh my gosh. No, they're just bringing back the things from your memory that you have studied, that they are there to support you and help you, and that you don't have to do everything alone, and that it's not cheating. They're just like, you can say, hey, so what was that answer? Help me bring it back from my memory banks. And because you've done the due diligence and studying and paying attention and doing the work, they'll bring it up there for you. So I like that for you. And that's what's coming through. I just feel like they have a lot of messages all around you, and that if you're noticing them, then you're not imagining it. It is them making things known to you. And if you haven't noticed it, they know that you're busy, but if you just keep a little extra eye out, you'll see a lot of little winks from them for sure. So I like that for you, Daisy, and hang in there. You're almost through your first year. Woohoo! So many, many blessings to you. All right. Morg in the void. Hello, hello. And you want to know what blessings can you expect in the near future? You are very welcome. Let's take a look here and see what do they have for you, Morg. All right. I like this because you have this beautiful blessing coming in here. I mean, you've got the 10 of cups. You have the 10 of wands with the devil card too, which what this tells me here, like these two together over here, this does represent the, you know, shaking and rattling of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around this, romance and emotional fulfillment. You can see here how overburdened this poor girl is with all these flowers and stuff. And this has to do with all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we feel we have to achieve and maintain and blah 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 around what I feel like, because 10 of cups here, it's like, what is love supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be? Who are they supposed to be? Who am I supposed to be? What is it all supposed to be? And that's what the shadow card comes in to really rattle away a lot of all of those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we've been brainwashed with all our life, right? And it allows us to free things up. It allows that 10 of wands to have this ending and new beginning. But rather than feeling like you have all these 10 areas that you need to focus all this on, that it's a reboot. It's like getting rid of all that, and then you focus in on one thing, and it just allows the energy to be totally different. It's very much focusing on the positive things that grow, instead of the chains of the cages, that web that we get caught in. It's freeing up of that. So I like that for you. It's very, very, like you said, it's like, what blessing? That is a blessing, right? We're learning to let go of all these expectations that limit, the universe, because when we believe it all has to be this way, this way, this way, the universe, yeah, they joke, this is on back order for 1,000 years. But if you open up and let those go, and trust the creator and spirit, that they're going to bring you the perfect person in the perfect timing, in the perfect way. And that timing, I know, is the tough one, right? But it's like, okay, you know what, I do trust you. And we open up and let go of the control. They bring us in something very beautiful. So that's what I like for you, Morg, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. Moving on down the list, we are Alex is up next. You want to know, what are R's feelings and intentions towards you currently? So let's take a look here. Well, so you have the Ace of Cups and the Lover's card. So there is this, obviously it's they recognize the connection between you two, and it feels like this new love, this new heightened love coming in here. So I just feel like there is this connection, and I almost feel like it comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. And they're showing me in my brain a rubber band, and I just feel like some days it feels like they're drawing close, and other days they draw away, and it's just like this ebb and flow that they have as they, I don't know. It's like they're getting used to feeling a certain way because they have so many fears around being vulnerable and open in their heart, which means, of course, that they've had a rough childhood, and probably, and not, I was going to say and or, but they're like, and rough relationships in the past when they did open up and offer their heart to someone, they go, "Oh, thank you." And they took it and they put down, they stomped on it and gave it back. There you go. And so they're very tentative about trusting anyone, whether, it was the people that were supposed to protect them when they were younger and they didn't, painful memories. And so they just have this mistrust that's built in for their protection. And so I feel like they're slowly, like, it's like here, here, nope, 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 here, nope, nope, nope. And that's why it feels like there's this coming and going and coming and going and coming and going, with them. So that's what's coming in here. Intentions, I feel like they want something trusting and open and but they have to, it's like you really are gonna have to prove your just safety with them, that you're not gonna break their heart and do the things that everyone has done. But I don't know um, what else you can do but just be yourself and be the loving self and unconditionally loving and not betray any trusts, which I don't feel like you will. But I mean, you're working against a lot of pain that's coming through there. Hopefully, they're going through some sort of, counseling or something where they're giving them tools to help them deal with those things. Because trying to deal with all that on their own, we can do it, but oh my gosh, it's, counseling is such a beautiful thing most of the time, right? Depending on who you get, but they usually give us so many beautiful tools to help us, transform things. So I do like that. So that's what's coming through right now, Alex. So hopefully that resonates. But many blessings to you. Hang in there. And we send our lots of love, lots of love. Hey, lovely lovey. Good evening to you, omnipotent Zen. I wish that at least I'm just a good listener. They're the all omnipotent ones, right? So you want to know what's the relationship and connection between Angela and Aaron and energy reading on Aaron. All right, so let's take a look here, see what did they want you to know here with the relationship and connection between Angela and Aaron. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. All right. And then what do we want to know about the energy around Aaron? All right. So the relationship connection between Angela and Aaron, we got the Knight of Cups, woohoo, movement of emotion. So I do feel like there is this, you know, um, romantic, energy. The Knight of Cups is usually, like the romantic, the knight in shining armor. So I feel like they had emotional connection or they have emotional connection, but it is moving emotion. So there definitely is there, and you can even see she's playing the heart like a guitar. So that's there. And Aaron's energy here is this 10 of Pentacles, which is someone, really solid, really foundation. It's a legacy card. They really are looking for something long term. Here, they even got the children and the dog and the palace and all of this stuff. Oh no. But he is out for this stuff here. So yeah, I mean, there it seems like there's this I know, right? You're like, she's the lawyer for an estate and he's the crook who made a fake will. Well, uh-oh. So it seems to be, yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? So the relationship and connection between them. Yeah, it seems to be that there might have been, like I said, it might have been or is this emotional connection between them. It doesn't necessarily mean that that she's oh, wow. Yeah. She's like conflict of interest, huh? Interesting. Interesting. But busted. Let's take a look here. Yeah, those don't have anything to do with it. So, well, that's what's coming through. And that makes sense that, he's the type of person that's looking for um a lot of wealth and a lot of security, which that makes sense. That's what people do when they feel that they don't have enough. Then they will definitely do all sorts of weird stuff. As we talk about on the channel a lot, when people are in fear, they do stupid stuff. When they feel like I have to define myself by these external things, it's like, oh, I see, I see. So yeah, they definitely want abundance, and that is that energy. So that makes sense too. And I know you didn't ask, but I just want to see what is the outcome of this here. Hmm. So for you that look at judgment card, they are saying here, um, peace of mind for you. So judgment here's like the court case, right? And they're just spirit is saying, Have peace of mind around this situation here." Yeah, you know and that's the thing. So, talking, and this is great for everyone, it's a great reminder that all of us are very intelligent and compassionate and loving when we're not in fear. And when we're in fear, this loving, compassionate, intelligent person is booted out, right? And I always say, a 2-year old is in charge, or a cat mind is in charge. So we do, like we said, she probably is very, very smart, but if she fears not being loved by ever finding love again, and this person, if they are good about faking things, right, or whatever, or they might have a true romantic connection, but they'll do stupid stuff and they fear losing love, or fear that they're not um, whole enough without having all the stuff that they're trying to get, possessions and money. And I have to have that in order to be lovable. That's when we go and we do stupid stuff. So, a lot of smart people. And then you're like, why did you do that? And they're like, I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah. So it's good that she's, wanting to step out, and um yeah, it makes sense. That's what's going on, lovely lovey. Always an adventure, isn't it? So many blessings to you. Much love to you. All right. So on to Julia. Julia, hello, hello. You like current feelings from your Leo towards you. Let's take a look here and see what's going on with the Leo. All right. These cards flying out everywhere. These are the two they want here. Wow, yeah, they are definitely going through this rebirth here, and I like this. And here we got the Four of Wands. I always look at this specific card here because this is like happiness and joy and balanced energy, but and it also is a wedding type of celebration type of card. And I always say this looks like a giant wedding cake with the groom and the groom or bride, or the bride and bride, or the groom and groom, or the bride and groom, whatever it is, on there. It's like, wow. And I really feel like they feel like they're going through this rebirth, that they just feel this new excitement about life. And so they just really feel like um, their whole life is about to change, it feels like. So I like that because obviously you're part of that. It's like their current feelings towards you, and just feels very like, wow, very joyful, very bright. Like I said, it's like a restart. So I like that. And that's what's coming through, Julia. Just very clear there. So that is what is coming through. Oh, you're very welcome. Very, very welcome. All right. Blessed and highly favored. Hello, hello. And I think you ask a question further down. Yeah, so you do ask a question further down. Thank you for all your blessings here. So a couple away from you, so I'll be with you in a sec. Ms. P, hello, hello. And anything that you need to know about coming this week. Let's take a look here. All right. All right. You do have some choices that come in here. And it has to do with the story that you have around something that's happening. Because the Ten of Swords and the is that the king? Yeah, they have the King of Swords. In this deck, they have both divine feminine, divine masculine energies for the kings. And so you have the King of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is like endings of like around thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, expectations, the way you look at things, the stories that you tell yourself around a particular situation. And the Ten of Swords is like a great card. Normally, there's someone like face down in the sand with all the 10 swords stuck in their back, which is not a negative card. It actually is like, stick a fork in me, I'm done. I'm just sick and tired of trying to live up to all these expectations of everyone and the stories. I don't want it to mean this anymore, with whatever comes and whatever unfolds. It's like I get to decide what story I put to it. And that's what the King of Swords with that Ace of Swords allows you to do, allows you to cut away these small t truths, the old ways of thinking about things, because the Chariot card is here too. The Chariot card is showing your power of choice and the movement and the victory that you have over it, because the Chariot card does tell us that every moment is a choice between unconditional love or these fears of losing conditional love or rejection, whatever the fear is in our life, right? And it's a choice of thought, which is also all these cards talk about. It's what story am I going to put to what's happening? Now I have all these opinions of what it's supposed to mean or should mean or need to mean or must mean, but I'm the one that gets to choose what it means. And so I get to choose. And then what emotion do I want to choose in each moment? No matter what is happening, I'm the one. Now we're told and we have all these habits of, when this happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel. When this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean. And then we get to choose what energy we invest in the moment too. Am I going to focus on the fear of something leaving or something coming into my life or something, horrible? Or am I going to focus on gratitude and unconditional love and joy, the higher vibrational emotions? I get to choose what I'm doing each moment. And I feel like this is what they're bringing in for you is this coming week, you get to choose whatever is happening. I feel like they want you to start off with little things, that you're like, normally I would look at this way, but I'm not going to let that bother me. Like, I don't know if you heard the story in the beginning. We drove an hour to a hospital to get a test done on my host here, and they had the wrong test. And we could have chosen to be irate, upset people, and rah, 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 rah. But, we always have this, everything happens on purpose for a purpose. So we're like, these people didn't do it. Let's not, get upset with them. We're just like, all right, what can we do? And joked with them. And, it's like, but we could have totally chose fear and what does this mean? And blah, 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 take it personally and really blow it up and ruin everybody's day. Um, but we chose differently. And that's what you can do with this next week. And it's like choosing little things. And as they get bigger and bigger, you can see your power of choice. So I really like that coming in for you, MSP. So that is what they have for you right now. Many, many blessings to you. And Strawberry Rose, hello, you are up next. You want to know what JM's current feelings are for you. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. Very balanced individual, aren't they? So you have the temperance, which is, the balancing of things here, and the king of cups here too. They rule over emotion, but all the kings are given a second portion, which is of air, and that balances heart and mind. So it's like their current feelings for you are just very serene, very balanced. And I kind of feel like you're like, unbalance them. I want you to take action. I want you to show me how you feel. I want you to, express it. I want you to be passionate. But I kind of feel like they're just a really easygoing person that doesn't really rush to do stuff. They just feel very like, hey, let's go do this. You know, I don't feel like they're, uh, like someone that makes the first move that has a lot of, I want to say has a lot of energy, but they just don't implement things, it feels like. But they do have feelings there. They do have their heart there with that king of cups. But the temperance card also says it takes time for things to unfold. I go into my southern because when I used to take calls in a call center way back in the day, I would talk to people from Georgia, and they were just so calm and so, yeah, this is what's going on and stuff. And it was very just calm and serene. And that's how it feels, just very much back and forth. And eventually it turns to gold. It just takes time for it to get there. And while we're having that, whenever we have like a temperance card or any of these that are slow moving things, it's an opportunity for us to raise our love vibration to a higher level, because it's a win 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 as we connect to our higher selves in the spirit realm. It really opens up this beautiful love that we are really thirsting for. And it fills us up, but also expands the pipeline of love between us and humans in the human world too, where we can love people more and receive love more back. Because we can't give more love than we love ourselves, or receive love from others more than how we love ourselves. So, when we love ourselves that big, no matter how much love we want to give, it just trickles out, right? Drip, drip, drip. No matter how much love they want to give us, it just drips, drips, drips into us. But that we expand that up, it's this beautiful flow. So, if a beautiful flow here and then a beautiful flow here too. So that is what I feel is coming through right now, Strawberry Rose. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. So moving on down. Blessed and highly favored. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, and you just want to know if anything exciting is happening for you within the next 4 months. All right, let's take a look here. I feel like there's a few things, and they'll tell you at least one. They're going to give you two cards, so it's either going to be about the same thing, or if they're really, really generous, they'll give us two. Let's take a look here. All right. They are giving you two things. So one is the high priestess card here is like stepping back and enjoying some alone time. You're going to have this wonderful spiritual connection, between yourself and, of course, the higher realms. Because the high priestess, she steps back into her high temple. She connects to up above. She steps beyond the veil. She dives down deep into her emotions and her, subconscious and unconscious, and is given a wonderful, wonderful, clear, guidance and clear information and a beautiful, relationship with the higher realms. So I like that. So I feel like that is exciting. I mean, I have a ton of Pisces in my chart, and we love the connection to the spirit world. And I feel like this is a wonderful thing you enjoy too. It's like, yes, I want a deeper connection, clearer messages, that come through. So I really like that for you. And then the other thing exciting, I mean, you have definitely the Knight of Wands here, which is the fastest moving knight out of them all. A lot of energy, super, super amount of passion and drive and ambition that comes into your life too here. And so I feel like that there is passion that enters your life. It's like, here they come, and I feel like it does arrive out of nowhere. So I do like this for you, because it does represent um, excitement for something in life, whether it's a person or a new adventure that you're headed off on. there is this just wonderful, uh, it just feels so powerful. It just feels so energized and so fast. I just feel like it's fast, fast, fast. It comes in fast, and then you just zoom off. It's like you zoom off like a rocket. So it really um, ignites wonderful, wonderful, passionate and energy within you. So I like that for you. Blessed and highly favored. So enjoy your adventure over the next 4 months. I feel like there's more. I almost feel like there's four, exciting things happening in 4 months. But they gave you two because they don't want to, give it all. Some of it has to be a surprise, right? So that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So Rita Joseph, hello, hello. I am doing well. I hope you are doing well, Sarita. And so you're torn between two lovers. Ah, life is tough. Ian and JB go, which one is the better option for you? So what we're going to do, Spirit is going to have me pull one card for Ian and one card for JB, and they're going to give you some energy around them. And then you can see which one feels like right for you there. So me too, blessed. I am a huge introvert. You wouldn't think it, but I could be up in a mountain cabin and do this. And this um, kind of connection that I have, I feel like we're all in a room together. I sense that. Um, that would be plenty for me. All right. So, Sarita, we have Ian's card came through, and here's JB. So, Ian, all right, and JB. All right. So Ian, this has the Eight of Cups, is leaving behind emotions that no longer serve, and they head off into what feels like wish fulfillment. Dreams come true, that's what where this person is headed off to. So as there's old emotions that fall away, as Ian lets old emotions and old even friendships, relationships, whatever, that you can head into this beautiful feeling here. And I'll let you see the picture so you can see what picks up in there for you. But they're on this path heading off into the Nine of Cups, which is that. Now, JB, you have the Ace of Pentacles here. And the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like Ian is more of a emotionally based person. So a lot of sharing of heart, sharing of feelings and like romance and that. And I feel like JB is more grounded. The Pentacles, it feels very earthy, and they feel, more looking to the outside world. They give you opportunities in the outside world. They even help you look at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. So it has definitely two different energies. One is emotional, water, like, I feel like, is he in a water sign and JB is an earth sign? If not, it's that kind of energy that comes in here. And so I like this, I like this choice between the two because one will relate differently. So you might want emotion or you might want groundedness. So it's like, those are your choices. So that might help you kind of clarify and go, okay, yeah, I know what I want. But that's what's coming through, Sarita. So many, many blessings to you. Enjoy is such a difficult decision to make, right? Why do they have to have two at once? Why don't I can't have one at a time, right? But I love it. So much love to you. All right. So creative arts, you are up next. Very cool. Love it, blessed. So creative arts. So what thoughts are William, your new love interest? What do they have in for you at present? Let's take a look here. All right. All right. So they do see here the Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups. I was just talking about this with the previous one. They're heading off from the 8 of Cups to the 9 of Cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment. It's like dreams come true. So, the new love, they're like, "Wow, you're like a dream come true for me." I mean, that's literally like this emotion that is inside of them here. And the 3 of Wands here, the 3 of Wands is about like a change of energetic direction. And I feel like there's going to be like the 3 of Wands is, let me say how to put this. It's like you get new information and then like you're headed off in a direction. The example that really helped me understand the energy around the 3 of Wands is like if you're in the middle of a continent and then you're planning a trip to get to the coast, and then once you get to the coast, you board a ship and you're going to head off in this direction over here. Well, you take the trip and you're like, okay, I've gotten to the coast, but in flight you've changed your mind on where you want to go in the direction of the ship. And so I feel like that, they have this love interest, they have this like, wow, this is a dream come true type of mentality towards you. But I almost feel like when you in flight, you like go, and I feel like you change direction on William. And you know, what I feel, I'm just gonna they're saying, "Yes, this is what we want you to share." Because the 9 of Cups, when someone looks at you so quickly and go, "Ah, you're like everything I've ever wanted," and da 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 da, when we look at something and go, "This seems too good to be true." It's like, a lot of times it is, right? Because it's like, if they're so enamored and they have all this emotion about, all of this, it's like, "All right, simmer down now. Let's not, go overboard with it. What are you trying to do?" It's like when someone tries to schmooze you, um, and it's like, okay, let's dial it down a little bit. And so I feel like you take a different, it's like you're taking, not that you like go in a different direction from them. I feel like you take a different direction with them. Instead of taking the fast highway down there, you're like, you know what, let's take the exit ramp and we're going to take the long scenic route with this, because you want to build trust and you want to have all of that they're saying last the test of time, is what I feel. So it's like, you know what? We're not going to move super, super fast. We're going to take our time and I'm going to see if what you're saying is what match your actions. And so I like that. It doesn't mean that they won't, but I feel like it's important that you do that. And I feel like when we rush into things, we all these red flashes happen. We're like, what are all these red flashes? Is that a carnival? And like, no, those were red flags. and and they're okay. They happen in every relationship. A little red flag comes up because something we believe, bumps into something that they believe. And if we go slow and we handle them one by one as they arise, we can work through them. We compromise a little on this one and they compromise a little on that one. And we're like, okay, we're moving along, having a great relationship. But if we rush into it, all these 50 red flags all hit us at once, and no one can usually survive 50 red flags all at once of all this conflict, right? So I like that. So this, stepping forward with that. So that's what's coming through here. I know it sounds kind of like what, but it's a good thing, but also take it slow. All right. So that's what they have for you, creative arts. So many blessings for you. All right. All right. You guys are very welcome. All right. So I think we're down to hottie girl. Hottie girl. So what are the views of your lover towards you? Let's take a look here and see what they are looking at here. All right. So we've got here the Three of Cups, and so their views towards you right now. Three of Cups, really joy, celebration, just feeling like it is like a celebration type of energy and joy that comes in here. There is this yeah, and I don't feel like this is that, because sometimes when we're asking about relationships and stuff, this could mean a third party, but I don't feel that. I just feel this really is this joy, and the strength card usually means something different, but I just feel like it's very comforting, that they feel like you're different, but a lot of alike, because he's got her little lion ears, but there's just and a tail even, and there's just this bond, and I just feel like um they see the nurturing side of you, and it just feels like it's in this nice little pocket of how do they say it? It's like when you're in the zone, and it's just like this nice little place of things are good. I enjoy the nurturing, and this is where it's at right now. So at present, like right now, this is kind of where they're at here. It just feels very, you know, um, I'm trying to think of the word that someone used the other day where um, I forget, but it's like you're in the zone. There's this nice little pocket that you're in right now. And that's what they have. It just feels just very, I don't feel like they're wanting this huge, like, future. They're not focused on all that, and they're not focused on the past. I feel like they're just in this bubble of the now, enjoying what it is. Not a whole lot more beyond that is what it feels like. They're just like that. And that's what's coming in. Maybe they're just a very much a living in the now kind of person. They don't put a whole lot of stock in the future. Um, are they a fire sign? I kind of feel like they just enjoy what is, they just keep moving forward. They don't look to the future. They don't look to the past. They just enjoy what's happening now and moving forward. So that's what's coming through. Um, so I know if that's what you're wanting, then that's perfect, right? If you're wanting like a long term future and stuff, I don't know if this is the one that will want to. It's almost like they don't believe in marriage. They don't believe in commitment, like exclusive, total 100% commitment and all that. They just don't want, the restriction. They just like the free flowingness of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I kind of have that's coming through. All right. So that is what they have. Hey, Kavita, I see that you have a question here right after new love. So I'll be to you in just a moment. So, new love, you want to know, why did Carolina block you? You thought that she was your friend. All right. Maybe she's just clumsy and accidentally hit the block button. No, I don't think so. Let's take a look here. Okay. Mm, there's some, the high priestess can talk about going down into the subconscious, and the Five of Swords here does represent like conflict, a verbal conflict, or in communication, or in thought and belief. And I feel like there's something down underneath her um, that I don't know if you guys didn't have an argument or a disagreement of some kind. Um, I feel like she's not one to, like, in a fight or flight situation. She's a flight. She's not a fighter. So I almost feel like if there was a conflict of some sort, that you thought, okay, everything's fine, but they were just like shutting down and allowing, to say, okay, it sounds good, and then they're gone, right? And then they just run away. And so when they go into fear, they go and hide. And so whatever this conflict is that came up, they've retreated, and it has to do, you know, with just some subconscious beliefs. And they might not even realize why they just wanted to run, but there was some triggers that triggered inside of them. And this is why they needed to run. So any kind of conflict that comes up, they were just like, you know, So they're not one to yeah. Well, no conflict that you're aware of, right? So, like that's what I was saying is like, there's something that was said, something that was done. It's just like they're like, okay, I can't do this. I need to step out. I need to get away. And it can be yeah, that's the whole thing is we never know what people are seeing when they look at us. And I've had people like when I worked in like a call center, I worked around thousands of people over 20 years. And you really learn things about humanity, And what they're bringing back to me is there was someone that um, they just hated me, and I didn't know why because I didn't have a whole lot of interaction with them. But when we ended up, of all things, ended up like on the same team, and we sat next to each other, and they were like, "Oh my god, for the longest time I hated you," and I'm like, "What?" Why? And they go, "You reminded me of my stepfather." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Just something about you." They said, "Your voice sounded like him, and I just hated you," So it can be things like that too, where we don't even realize that we remind them of, their abusive sister or, their, evil step monster or, whatever it is. And we don't even know. It's just like, boop. And especially like I feel like they had to shrink. So I kind of feel like abuse, when they were younger, of somehow emotional or physical or whatever, that they had to, and it was better for them to run and be away, definitely not fight, to run away. And so I feel like something triggered like that, and I don't feel like it's anything that you did specifically. It's just more that it felt like conflict to them, and so they ran, and that's what happened. So you can't help that. You just send them love and for their transformation later in their life, right? Um, and you learned what you need to learn through that, right? The feelings that you have that came up were for you, a mirror for you. Obviously, you mirrored something for them. They looked in the mirror and I ran, and you're just like, what happened? And it's like, well, when if someone feels like they're a scary monster and they look in a mirror and they see a scary monster, they run, right? And same thing when you look in the mirror of them, what do you feel? Is there abandonment feelings or any kind of betrayal feelings? What comes up? And that's just for us. We agreed before we came down here. I want you to be this mirror for me, and I'm going to be this mirror for you. And like, agreed. And we shake hands, right? And then we come down here and forget and go, why did you do that? Right? uh, that we would have to unpack that one. We don't have time to unpack that one, new love. But you don't have to. That's the biggest thing. Send yourself love. That's the main important thing to start with. So I like that. All right. But that's what they have for you, new loves. Many blessings to you. All right, Kavita, you want to know when will you meet your future spouse? All right, let me take a look here. I might pull some playing cards here to see if they'll give us like dates or something. But so there is the Two of Swords. There is this balancing of heart and mind, and this pathway that's coming up here. Um, and has to do with mental decisions. Okay, so the time frame here, they're going to give me two dates, like 2 months, and it has to do here with your power of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. When we balance our head with our heart, that allows things to change and be different, right? And what I mean by that is we are fed with all these expectations of the supposed to, the should. Sorry, I need to close my blinds. Need to, have to's, musts about relationships and all of that. And there's like this we can get sucked into these fears and restrict things. And if we have these restrictions, it takes longer for things to come to us. But the more we connect with our high heart from a place of unconditional love, and we release these have tos and need tos and around relationship, right? So if you keep going as you are now, where things are gonna naturally be challenged and expectations moved away, the soonest that you would meet them would be January of next year. Okay. Now, if you work on those things and move away the thoughts and the beliefs and really invest energy in developing that self love and releasing those things, it could be as early as September. So I like that for you. Look, the Nine of Hearts. So I like that. And that is what they have for you right now, Kavita. So I like that it's in your hands. So that is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you, Kavita. All right, Spiritual Gifts Diva, you're up next here. Let's see, what did New Love say here? Oh, thank you so much. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you for all the love. All right. So, Spiritual Gifts Diva, anything about your future spouse? So, the scavenger hunt. I've been calling it the scavenger hunt because it is exciting. It's like the discovering our life and the journey of how it unfolds. And, um, the other side, they definitely um, like the journey. They like to experience the journey with us down here because on the other side, back home where we come from, we just want to know, I wonder what it's like over there. Psh, and we're over there. I wonder what that is. And psh, we get information. But we don't can't step and take step. And the process of going from here to there is something unique to this realm. And so they like that. So I like that they give us little nuggets and little pieces along the way. Yeah, so you do have this sun card coming in here. So this could be a fire sign, very much Leo energy. So it could be fire sign, but it is someone that is seeing and that people are just drawn to. They glow, and people are just, so usually it's like the leadership they are seeing. That Leo, king of the jungle, they just have this power about them that people just naturally follow them, and so they're usually like in leadership or standing out. Yeah, an Ace of Cups. So very much a loving individual. They have this filling up and overflowing that comes with this too. So I like this. They're very self-confident, I feel, um, in themselves, and that's what attracts people a lot to them is this confidence, and they have this self-love that they've really developed. They're not like egotistical or what is the other word? Because there's a difference between being confident and arrogant. So they're not arrogant, they're confident. The difference is confidence says, I know who I am and what my gifts and what my abilities are, and I'm good at them. That's confidence. Arrogance is I'm better at than everyone else at it. It's our comparison to others. And they're not that way. They're just very confident in who they are. So I like that for you, Spiritual Gifts Diva, adding more to the picture of who they are. So I like it. All right. Hey, Felicia. Hello, hello, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're going through a process with my friend. We had a wonderful experience today, a journey to a hospital that did not have the capability to do the test that they were really intending to do, but the scheduler scheduled the wrong thing. So they sent us an hour away on a wonderful trip up into the mountains. So it was beautiful. It was very early in the morning, which I'm not a morning person. So it was a silent ride. Which my host, she's the one that allows me to live here. She understands. She goes, "Are you awake enough yet?" And I'm like, "Almost." So I'm like, "You can tell me stories, but don't expect responses back to me from other So definitely different than I am now. I'm more of a night owl. But thank you for your prayers and your concerns too. And thank you for mentioning about hitting the like button. It's always a great reminder for me to let everyone know. I get caught up in the readings. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up. It does help the channel and does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So, Felicia, you wanted to know, what is this agency thinking now? And what is their next action after they've reviewed your resume? All right, let's take a look here and see what is their view of your resume and what are their next actions here. That's funny. They're in love with you. No, there is interest here. This is about partnerships, right? And so there is this interest. They like your resume. And I feel like what they're doing next steps here, Six of Cups is nostalgia, but I think they're doing the background check, looking at your history, verifying, the if they ask for references or whatever, they're doing the background check on there. And then they are diving in here. If both of these together feels like the next step is you're going into the background because the moon is all about diving beneath the surface. And so they're just verifying things that were on your resume because I feel like they do have interest in here for you. So I like that. And what's not to love, right? Oh, no. Yeah. No, it's not like a "Ooh, la, la, la." It's business interest, partnership interest, like, "You're gonna be a partner with us in our company," kinda thing. So, that's what's coming through. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, they won't find the bodies or, the history that you've had, in jail and all that, then you'll be good to go. Totally joking. I'm sure, yeah, I think it will be successful and fine. So, we'll see what happens next, right? Enjoy the journey and enjoy the process. All right. I'm glad you have a sense of humor. Okay, very good, very good. All right, and we are down to Glass. So, Glass, you want to know, what is the future of you and Justin's love connection? All right, let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. All right. So we've got here with the King of Cups is this balancing of heart and mind, and I see where the mind is coming in here because the hearts, there is this attraction of heart. The King of Cups rules over that, but they're given air, which is the sword suit, which that's where the balancing of the heart and mind comes in. And it's important to, with this 10 of swords, which is the letting go of expectations, letting go of fears of losing conditional love and trying to control the relationship and um, kind of releasing both of each other and yourselves from this long list of rules of who you're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, what the relationship is supposed to be. It's all that stuff that we've been given all our lives, that box it in, and it feels like we're in this cage, right? Because what happens when we have a lot of expectations of who we're supposed to be and who they're supposed to be and what a relationship is supposed to be, we focus in on what's not, you know, meeting standards, right? We focus on what's more lacking than if we have no expectations and someone's giving us, we focus on abundance and who someone is and what sounds like something that you want to be involved in. A moment by moment celebration of who you are and what you are capable of doing and what you do, or where you're falling short all the time. It's a tough one, right? But that's what we do in relationships. We're taught so many expectations about who someone's supposed to be and should be. And as we get closer and, if we just, when we first meet someone and they're giving us this, we don't have any expectations because we didn't even know them. And we're like, wow, look at all this amazingness that they are. And then we start dating, right? So it goes from no expectations to, all right, well, now I'm expecting something from them. And we date exclusively. We're starting, we get engaged, they're becoming less and less amazing in our eyes, right? And then we get married and like, why have they, not why are they not being who they're supposed to be? They're falling short. But if we push all those expectations, all that 10 of swords, we can focus on how we're amazing, how they're amazing, and how the relationship is amazing. So and that's the confusion, right? It's like when we that's the fear. Fear is what brings us and makes us confused. If we just love someone for who they are and what they're doing, it's just all about joy and love, right? But when we have this long things, yeah, see, exactly. It's like, but you know, um, we can be out of the relationship, and then there's no expectations. It's funny because you find out too. That's why when, people who are in relationships and they're rah, 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 when they break up without any expectations, that's why a lot of exes hook up afterwards because there's no expectations and they're attracted to one another again, you know? But those expectations, they will suck the life out of a relationship. It'll, snuff out the flame because there's no oxygen because it's all sucked out by all these expectations. Yeah. So when there's no expectations, you're on, and then the expectations come in and you're off, right? Sure. You can ask another one. And while you're typing your last one there, I do want to let everyone know because I'm going to be wrapping up after this, I think. Um, just to make sure everyone is aware, I do have a weekly giveaway every Monday. And here's the link to the video that talks about how you can get into the drawing. I am going to be giving away two 30-minute personal recorded readings to two individuals on Monday. And there's some giveaway news on there too about a monthly giveaway, which has to do with this playlist of my monthly readings that I put out for each individual zodiac sign for the month. Also, I put out at least a one pick a card reading each week. And this one was about the Aries new moon solar eclipse that's coming up and Taurus season. We just entered the sun, went into Taurus. So happy birthday to all you Taurians. And also, we're going into the Mercury retrograde. So, be aware of your communication and having things rescheduled like we had this morning, and things not, delays and things like that. So I like those, and I have a ton of pick a cards. So if you want to check those out, you can just click on my bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, and it'll take you to the main page there as well. All right, so let's take a look here. Glass, you said, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll take a look here. And it's definitely that's what happens, when we have fears of not living up to expectations of each other, right? When we have these altercations and things, bam, right? When we go into fear of losing conditional love, and fear of being unlovable or whatever these, this conflict brings up, we go out of our minds. This caring, loving, intelligent adult human that we are, when we go into fight or flight mode, that is gone, and a little 2-year-old is in control, and that's who we become. I usually say 2-year-old or a hissing cat. Like we go into our cat mind, it hisses and attacks, and then runs away, or hisses and runs away, and that's what happens. So when they're feeling fear, then like you push them away, that's you becoming a cat and you run and hide, right? That's you pushing them away. Meow. And when they say insulting things, that's them being catty, right? It's like a little 2-year-old. When you don't give them what they want, what do? I hate you, right? Or they kick you in the shins or whatever, or they hit you, and that's what we turn. We turn into little 2-year-olds, right? And that's what happens here. Here's the king feeling out of control, the page of swords, which has to do with all these expectations, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. This big list of all these there's books of rules around what has to happen in your guys' relationship. No one can live up to that. You can't and they can't, right? And the king of the emperor is the one who, and it's kind of like what I was talking about with the cat. There's two types of emperors. There's the loved emperor who is very loving, and so they are loved because they're putting the kingdom ahead of their selves, like they're giving everyone money from the royal treasury, and because they know that when they give to the kingdom and everyone's successful, that they can change the world. But if that little inner child inside of them that we all have, if they feel unsafe or out of control, again, bam, they go into that little 2-year-old. It becomes like a 2-year-old prince who uh, they'll do whatever they feel they need to get back in control and feel safe again, right? And so they do crazy, unintelligent, unkind, unloving things because that's gone. That's what cats aren't that intelligent. They're just going to be like, it's like someone who has a cat in charge of an empire, you know, who knows what unfolds, who knows what, goes on there. So, that explains, when there's an issue, it's, it's someone is in fear because if they're not acting loving and kind and intelligent, and they're doing stupid things, acting stupid, saying unkind things, doing unkind things, then they're in fear. And when you realize that, you realize it's not about you. You're just dealing with a hissing cat. You're like, okay, here we go. And so, what we can do, and if we don't get ignited into fear and have a cat fight, we can realize, oh, they're fearing something, and the thing I can do is love them and give them love until they calm down. And then I can talk with the human because you try to talk to a cat, what do you get? But when you can talk to the human again after they've returned out of fear, so we can help them feel safe, we can help them feel in control for the moment until we can, do that. You know, that's what cats do, right? So the things that they say are in panic mode. It's like when I can't help it is. I understand. But if you want to work it out with them, then that's a different thing, right? Where when we you're funny. It's like when if you think about it, like when you swim out to save someone who's drowning, they're panicking. They fly around, they hit you upside your head, they see you, they grab onto you, they pull you underwater. They're not trying to hurt you, they're not trying to drown you. They're just panicking. And that's their action. And so they're reverting back to what they've reacted. That's how they can push you away, by saying mean things. It's like, get away from me, blah, 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 because it makes them feel safe. Their inner child is feeling unsafe for some reason, something triggering from their past. And so they act out that way. So if you want to work it out with them, then that's how you can do it. That's why they're doing it. And then you can realize, oh, you can just picture him as a hissing cat and go, oh, yeah. It's like, what's going on? I love you. I'm sorry. What's going on? You know, and you can listen to what they're saying, because I imagine they didn't just, you're not just sitting there at dinner or whatever, and he goes, whore, it's like, oh, or whatever. There's something that led up to that. And so you're going to start to recognize what's triggering it, what's building that up, right? And it just helps. So because there's something, it didn't go from 0 to 100. It went 10, 20, 30, 40, and they said something, and then you said something, and then they said something, and then blam, right? So you'll start to recognize it, and you can see it like, oh, what are they fearing? You don't ask them that. What are you scared of? That's just gonna, you call a scaredy cat scared, they just hiss even more. So you just become aware and look at what was said and how did it escalate, right? So that's what they have. So best of luck to you, Glass. Hang in there. Many blessings to you. That's what they have. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to close down the session for tonight. I will be back, of course, on Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and 7 p.m. Mountain Time in the evening. And if you want to check out any of the other videos on my main page, if you want to hear some more messages, recorded messages from Spirit, feel free to check those out. And yeah, just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. Thanks again for all your love, all your support, all the thumbs up. Just really appreciate your hunger and your thirst from hearing from Spirit. And have a great rest of your day or rest of your night, wherever you're out in the world. Till I see you guys again, much love to you. And we'll see you soon. You take care.